First, though, let's check in with Amy Roscoe this morning. Good morning, Amy.
Oh, we're doing a little science, technology, engineering, and math, but in a fun way, because this is a moonbot constructed by Team Just Ducky. They are finalists in an international competition, a Lego-style race to the moon, which parallels a real-life race to the moon. We'll tell you all about it coming up on Fox 9 Morning News.
Prepared for that. All right, we're going to go now to M.A. Roscoe, who's out in the field with some Legos. Hello, M.A.
Yeah, not much traffic on the surface of the moon, but man, getting there is half the battle, huh, Kelsey? This is a moonbot built by a local team in Woodbury. They are finalists in a national and worldwide competition. I can't talk and operate this at the same time. Help me. See, these are the smart kids, and they are finalists in a competition to the moon, to get to the moon with a Lego moonbot. We'll have that story coming up.
Hey.
To the moon. That is the challenge, not just for this team. And by the way, Team Just Ducky from Woodbury is a finalist, one of 20 teams that will go for the gold. A winner is announced this week in this challenge. Kids had to put together teams, design a moonbot like the one you see here, although no two are the same. And the whole idea, you guys, is that this parallels an actual, a real-world contest, the $30 million Google Lunar X Prize. Maybe you've heard about that. Like NASA's kind of gotten out of the space business a little bit. And so they're challenging private companies to come up with ways to get to the moon, and that's that $30 million prize. Well, kids are sort of doing a simulated version of that, and this is some lunar exploration going on in a Lego kind of way. And I am joined by Lars from Team Just Ducky. And Stefan, why don't you go ahead and get Ranger the robot back here. You could design your robot any way you wanted, but it had to perform certain functions. So how did you come up with the design of the robot to do what you needed it to do on this lunar landscape?
Well, we started with the base of the robot, the wheel system, and we're using both treads and wheels. Treads in the front because that's able to climb over the craters pretty easily, and the wheels in the back for a lot of power. And
so you could choose from all these different types of wheels, and there's some trial and error.
Yeah, we chose these wheels because they're big, so they provide a lot of speed, but we had to gear it down so it wouldn't go too fast, so it'd be more accurate.
All right, well, stick her back on the landing pad there. I don't know what you call that. And Stefan, tell us a little bit about what you decided, the challenges that your moonbot had to do.
Well, there's a whole bunch of
Go ahead
different
and let her rip, too.
point systems. Like each of these is worth 15 points. You didn't have to do everything, but we wanted to get a good score, so we had to think about what we wanted to do. Time management, you have a certain amount of time to complete all these tasks. So we're not going for everything, but we do get a chunk of the stuff.
So this is all pre-programmed, and you guys had to do that.
Right, there's no remote, and that's probably the hardest part, getting it to work every time. Like, it has to use a whole bunch of different sensors, like ultrasonics, to see distance.
Now, there's a little camera on board as well, which, if we back up our... All right, well, okay, there it is. So here we are at, this is Mission Control. Houston, we do not have a problem, and that is good, because the onboard camera is working. These are other members of Team Just Ducky. What was the time constraint, Stefan?
Well, we had this summer to work on it, so like we weren't working on this during school. We didn't have too long, so we had to meet a lot trying to get everything done.
So wait, in other words, while other kids were going to the Dairy Queen and working on their tans all summer long, you guys were doing this. Nice. That's pretty nice, huh? A good way to spend your summer, huh?
Yeah.
Now, the other idea is to get other kids excited about science, technology, engineering, and math. And what did you have to do that?
We had an outreach project. We had to go through and tell everyone like about what moonbots was and how they could get involved in robotics and STEM.
Oh, here we go. Are we going over the crater? We going over the crater? Maybe?
Maybe.
You programmed it. I don't know what it's going to do. Do you know what it's going to do at this point?
Well, it was supposed to go over a little earlier.
It's just like live TV. Sometimes it doesn't always happen the way you have planned. But I'll tell you what, I bet yours works out a lot more often. These guys are going to find out this week if they've won, and you think you'd have a pretty good chance, at least in terms of this part. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the book that they wrote to help other kids get interested in science, technology, engineering, and math. And, you know, the school year is starting, people.
Yep.
Do not skimp on those classes.
They wrote the book. They wrote the book. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, MA.
Taking you to the moon.
Yes, and beyond.